How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I had the pleasure to go back to Danjugan Island, and this time with my friends, colleagues, and mentors, Drs. Kent Carpenter and Greg Hodgson. And we went there to survey the reef fishes and the corals of this amazingly well protected island in the Negros Occidental province of the Philippines. And what did we see? This is an overview over the shallow reefs of Danjugan. There was bleaching in recent years, but the reefs have recovered. As usual, it was my gig to look for small coral reef fishes, and this is a barred angelfish, which is a really rare fish in a lot of places in the Philippines. We also saw quite a few dotipecks or basslets, like this diadema basslet. Generally, there was a rich fauna of this small cryptobenthic reef fish. There was cleaning, of course. Here, a cleaner wrasse attends to a Bodianus wrasse. The cleaner wrasse takes off parasites of the body of the bigger fish. Of course, there were lots of gobies. This is a goby of the genus Trimma, and there is a Pleurocytia. It's always worth looking for gobies on these encrusting hard corals. And there is a bit of detritus, and that might very well be the lunch for this tiny goby. You don't have a frame of reference here in this footage. That fish is about 2 centimeters in length. And not only on the reef, also in the tide pools. I saw a goby, like this one, on a leaf. What's always a treat for the underwater naturalist in Danjugan is to look at the mangroves on the sides of the Moray Lagoon on the north side of the island. This is me taking a close look at the small fishes. There are lots of interesting cardinal fish, like this opiculated cardinal fish here, which occurs in schools right in the very shallow parts. I also saw this really interesting flatworm. So, while my main intention always is to look for these cryptobenthic reef fish, which means they're small and they're in the substrate or on the substrate, when I'm doing that, I'm also finding a lot of small invertebrates. So this is a really pretty flatworm to me with this blue edge. I'm not quite sure about the exact ID, so if you're an invertebrate naturalist and can help me out here, please do so, leave a comment. These lagoons, they also have a lot of really intact and healthy corals, just a couple of meters from the rocky shore or from the mangroves. So generally there is a lot to discover in a habitat which is often overlooked. So I hope you enjoyed this little trip to Danjugan with me. I've made a previous video explaining more about the island and why it's so well protected. Check that out and check back soon. Thank you.